Come with me to the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto, Japan, a must-see for any Nintendo fan. I visited back in April taking the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Kyoto. The ride is just a couple of hours, and if you're lucky with the weather, you might even catch a view of Mount Fuji along the way. Getting tickets to the museum is a little bit of an adventure in itself. They use a lottery system to allocate entry times. We managed to snag a spot for the very first group at 10 a.m. We actually didn't get selected during the original lottery, but got lucky later on when cancellations started to pop up. When you check in, they hand you a badge with your Mii on it. It's your ticket, but also the perfect souvenir. Mine instantly became one of my favorite keepsakes from my entire Japan trip. Before you even step inside, the museum is full of fun little details. There's a giant Mario pipe photo spot, a Pikachu manhole cover, Game Boy umbrella stands, and even a Kirby vending machine. It really sets the tone. At the entrance, you're greeted by a chorus of musical toads, and of course I had to stop and play with them. Then we decided to start at the Nintendo Museum store while stock was fresh. Make sure to give yourself plenty of time for the store, as it is jam-packed with exclusive merch you can't get anywhere else. I love that each console has its own little capsule collection. All the standard items like t-shirts, pens, mugs, pins, but of course a highlight of the store are the giant pillows. Perfect for any gaming room, if you can find a way to get them home. Of course there are blind box items as well, and of course I bought a couple, and of course I'll show it to you in a cool stuff I got this week video. The attention to detail in the decor is incredible, and I could have lost hours just looking at every single shelf. Everywhere you look feels like stepping into a childhood memory. One of the highlights of the Nintendo Museum is its interactive play zone, a huge area with a bunch of different stations where you can actually play games. Before you get there, you pass a display tracing Nintendo's evolution of ideas and products over the years, including a large Hanafuda card showcase that ties back to the company's earliest roots. Once you're inside the play zone, you'll find everything from classic video games to a teamwork challenge where you and a partner share control of a giant remote. We played Dr. Mario. Two of my personal favorite activities here were the Ultra Machine batting cage experience, where you try to hit line drives into targets, and the Zapper and Scope shooting game, which I was sure I crushed, but apparently I was not declared the winner at the end of this round. I worked up an appetite after all that shopping and gaming and was ready for a snack. The on-site cafe, Hatana Burger, is just as themed as the rest of the museum, with fun nods to Nintendo history in the decor. Even the benches are made from pallets that were originally used in the plant that once stood on this site. You can build your own burger or grab a sweet treat. I went for a matcha float with mochi and ice cream. It's definitely worth stopping by for a quick bite or drink just to take it all in. One of the most unique experiences at the Nintendo Museum is the Hanafuda Workshop, where you get to paint your own set of traditional Japanese playing cards. Nintendo actually started as a Hanafuda card company in the late 1800s, so this is a really special nod to their origins. The class lasts about an hour and costs an additional 2,000 yen. When you arrive, you choose your month, each with its own unique flower and design, and you receive a little kit with everything you need. The instructors guide you through the process step by step, from painting the cards to folding and assembling them into a set you can take home. It's a relaxing experience that gives you another really cool souvenir. The final part of my museum day was, of course, the main exhibit, but unfortunately filming wasn't allowed inside this part, so you'll have to take my word for it that it's a really fun walk through Nintendo's entire history. We were, however, allowed to film the Switch 2 display, which at the time hadn't been released yet since this was April when I was there, so it was really cool to get to see this before anyone else, even though, of course, it is available now. If you're a Nintendo fan on any level, this place is absolutely worth the trip. The ticket process takes a little planning, but once you're inside, it feels like you've stepped into a celebration of everything Nintendo has ever created. Thanks for joining me at the Nintendo Museum. If you want to see more from my Japan trip, including Disney Sea and Star Wars Celebration, be sure to check out my Japan playlist and subscribe so you don't miss out on my next vlog. Thanks again, and I'll catch you next time.